Hello friends. In this video, I will explain you about flowcharts. What are the use of flowchart? Why we need to draw flowchart, and then how to draw the flowchart. What are the different symbols are available to draw the flowchart? Along with, I will also explain you with two different examples. One is very simple example, another one is little bit complex example, and then in the subsequent videos you will see how to use those diagrams to solve different other problems. So what is flowchart? Flowchart is nothing but a diagram which shows you the logical flow of a process which leads to a solution. And during that logical flow you have different symbols to use. Each symbol has its own meaning, and we draw the flowchart before writing the code. That means which will be used as a guideline to write the code. If you have a flowchart for a particular problem, to solve the problem, if you follow the flowchart you can easily get to the solution. Similarly, if you follow the flowchart and if you try to write the code, you can very easily write the code which will help you to solve the problem. It is a very popular tool. Along with there are other diagrams are also available. Flowchart is one such tool which are used to draw the solution of a particular problem. As I said in the earlier slide, that flowchart is nothing but a diagram. It's a graphical representation of a solution, and in that graphical representation you must follow a sequence, and for each of those work we have different process to draw the diagram. Draw a particular flowchart, we generally use these particular symbols. These are the very basic symbols we have. Like for example, flow line. Like you can see here the flow lines, left arrow or right arrow, up arrow or down arrow, whatever you can use based on the requirement in the flowchart to show the process of flow of the execution. Then it comes to terminal or the starts and end symbol. Here this oval like symbol is used for terminal or start and end of the flowchart. Different in different tools these symbols looks differently. Here you can see it looks like a oval. In most of the flowchart drawing tool, you can use a proper oval symbol to draw the start and end symbol or the terminal symbol. Next come to input and output. For input we generally use the parallelogram, and for the output we use this particular symbol. For input means reading, getting some value from the user, and display or output symbol is used for printing display of a particular element. Then it comes to the process symbol, that is rectangle. In this rectangle we use all type of operations, like for example arithmetic operation, data manipulation operation. For any type of operation we use this rectangle symbol. This is called the process box. There are a diamond symbol is also available, which we use to create or use to prepare the conditional or decision symbol. For example, if we want to compare a particular condition, if we want to test a particular condition, and if for a particular positive response we want to do something, and for a negative response we want to do some other thing, then in that situation we use the diamond box. Except these basic symbols, there are a few more symbols are also available, which we may need in different times. Like for example, the connector. Why we use it? There when you write a big flowchart or a complex flowchart, in that time there is a requirement to combine multiple flow path and generate a single path. instead of combining them together without any particular symbol, it is not a proper way of connecting the arrow. So what we use a circle, a small circle, and then we put the arrows, like for example here, like for example here, like for example here, in this way, and then we generate a particular arrow outgoing symbol. Okay, so it looks it helps the user to understand the connection of different arrows, which comes which way, and then who comes together and join and generate the particular outflow. Then there is a off page connector. This off page connector is used mainly for a long flowchart, where a particular flowchart needs more than one page. Then what you need to do, you need to put this symbol to connect from one page to another page, to denote that okay, the flowchart does not end here, it also continues in another page. The next symbol is predefined process. We use these symbols to represent that there are some process which is already some other flowchart or some other diagram, where we solve some small problems, and we want to identify that particular small flowchart as a predefined process, and we can use this symbol to write the name of that flowchart, and we can denote that one is can be used in this place as a small predefined process. Another one is this annotation, which we use to provide the additional information regarding a particular flow, particular symbol, particular flowchart, and this can be considered as a command we used in programming language. So this annotation is nothing but an additional information provided to the user. Now these are the very basic symbols available in flowchart. There are many other symbols. When I will show you a particular tool, you can see, you can find that many other symbols are available, but these are the very basic symbols which anyone need to draw a simple flowchart or a long simple flowchart. So this flowchart also helps you to do a desk checking, because when we try to write a program, every time to execute a program and to know that whether the program will give a good solution or the required solution or not, we have to write, we have to try and test, and that is quite time consuming. So, and also not a good efficient way of writing a program. So what we do, we draw a flowchart first and then execute the flowchart in a step by step way in a paper and pen, to check whether any kind of steps missed in the flow, or whether the process is properly drawn or not. So now next thing is, there can be other requirement also for documentation to the coder, for the tester, for the verifications, for a guiding book for a particular problem. We can use flowchart. Thank you. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.